Hello everyone, Jay from the Golden Testificate here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys 15 1.20 mods that I think are very fun and could have very little but a fun impact on your survival worlds. Let's get started in the first mod. As you can tell in the top left, I have this weird menu that shows skills, including excavation, woodcutting, building, agility, and so forth. Now this is a plugin called Project MMO. Well, not plugin, it's a mod called Project MMO, and it adds a skill leveling system inside of the game. So for instance, if you were to wear netherite, you'd have slowness until you like run around or carry stuff, and as you can see, just by sprinting I'm gaining agility. Sprint jumping gives me agility, and I might level up here soon. You can look at blocks and see what it will give you for your skills, and you can choose like requirements. Let's say for items, where item, view info, and it'll tell you right here you need mining 90 for a netherite pickaxe, otherwise you'll get mining fatigue, slowness, blindness, whatever it decides to give you. And it just makes Minecraft a little more slow paced and a little harder to progress in. So that's pretty much it for Project MMO, and I'm going to show you guys the next GUI mod. The next GUI mod that I found, I actually really like this mod and I'm going to start using it from now on. It's called EMI. It's a JEI edition plugin because you do need JEI for it to work. And it's just a little simpler than JEI. It seems to run better because it disables JEI. And so what it does is you can like click on something, it'll show you the JEI page, but you can also it'll tell you what tables you need, and then you can click the recipe tree, and the recipe tree will tell you the total cost and then how to process to get to the item. And it works for all items that require recipes. And if I can find one here that leaves leftovers, it'll actually tell you on the bottom how much you have left over, which I think is really nice because then you can plan where you're going to store it and so forth. And it's just a really simple JEI edition plugin. On to the next mod. This next mod is one that you've probably been seeing all episode, and that would be the shaders I'm using. Now, Iris shaders are insanely good. They're really optimized, better than Optifine, but because this is Forge, I have to use a port called Oculus. Now, I've used Oculus for a while now, and I've had pretty much no issues with it, except for occasionally sodium doesn't want to work. But I'm able to be getting really high FPS with really high shader quality, and the shader pack I am using is the complementary shaders. And I have all of this stuff linked in the bio of the video, so if you want to go grab anything from this video, you can just go there and grab it. I also made sure to scan everything for the CurseForge virus. Even though it's been quote-unquote fixed, I'm still checking everything before I recommend it, just for your guys' safety. Now, let's go on to the next mod. So the next mod that I added to my list, I just kind of figured out more about it, and it's called Right-Click Harvest. So it's very quality of life. If you do a lot of farming or you make farms, it's really useful because all you have to do is right-click and it keeps your seeds on the ground, and that's it. That's all this mod does, and I think it is really worth installing even if you don't do a lot of farming. Let's get on to the next mod. This next mod is one that's been around for forever now, and I really like this mod in the 1.20. It's a lot cleaner than it's ever been, and it's called Jade. What this mod does is it's just like Walia. You look at blocks and it just tells you what the blocks do. And I prefer this one over Walia. I don't know why. It does have a status bar so you can see how long it's going to take to break something. If I remember right, Walia does that. I just think Jade is cleaner and it doesn't get in the way too much. So I would recommend Jade, and like everything else, it's in the description. Let's go to the next mod and voila. Now the next two mods that I have added are Stack Replacer and Eating Animations. Now Eating Animations does have a resource pack in case you want to use modded foods, and all it does is when you eat food, you eat the food. That's it, and I really like it. I think it's worth adding to any survival. It doesn't really impact your performance, and it's simple. Now Stack Replacer, I do a lot of building, as you can tell, and I really like this mod. So what it does is when I place something, and let's say I have like 12 stacks of wood and I'm running out in my inventory of just one piece of wood, it'll just replace the wood in my hand. That's all it does, and it's really worth it. It's very helpful for when you're building, and I would highly recommend it. So let's get on to these next mods and continue on. Now that we're on the topic of building mods, this next mod I actually used while building this little shrine thing here. It's called the Builder's Help, it is called the Builder's Guide mod. I've never seen it before, and I do like it. So you can press B, and hold up, let me get rid of that menu there. So you can press B, and it'll have you pick a shape. So you can also do multiple shapes, but you can pick a shape, you can enable it. I'd recommend turning on advanced mode so you can have multiple shapes, so you can add your shape you want. So in this case, let's do a circle. Add the circle, go back, and you can set your radius and depth here. So let's do an 11 block radius. It's going to make a circle with an 11 block radius, and you can just place your blocks on the little squares, and it just helps you build. Another thing you can do is, while you're in this menu, you can change your depth, and if you up it, you can make a tunnel, and it'll just show you how to do that. And then you can go back in, go here, add another circle. Hold up, let me go here. You can add another circle, go back, lower its thing by like 1, and then hold up, let me clear this weather. So what you can do is, when you're in this menu, you can also transform your thing in X, Y, and Z, just like most other things in Minecraft. And then you can up this again, and you can kind of have like a tunnel that goes down in size, and you can make a cone, you can make paraboloids, you can make cubes, and then to delete it, you just go into your advanced settings, which I have key bound to a non-key, the key they don't use. So figure out your own key binds. You can just hit delete, and it'll go away. And it's really helpful for when you're doing big building projects. So let's get on to some of the more intricate mods that I put on the list. Now these 3 mods, 2 of them I've used before, 1 of them I have not. I know how to use all the mods now, so let's get right into them. First one is Handcrafted. It's pretty much a furniture mod. Well, that's all it is. It's just furniture, but it's super customizable. You can like make sheets for beds, and you probably saw this in my house. I've actually used their stuff inside of my house just because I liked it so much. Now, it can be weird because some things like nightstands don't have storage in them. Don't know why. I guess they just don't get storage, but it's alright, I guess. Now, the next mod is the Transmog. And for Transmog, you need a transmogrification table. That took me forever to figure out how to pronounce. You'll need whatever you want to change the appearance of and what you want to change it to. 1 amethyst gives you 3 uses on the table. And if you look into the transmogrification table, if I can find it here, I'll just search it up. So if you go to the transmogrification table, to make it, you will need 2 glass, 16 amethyst, and a void fragment. For the void fragment, it's just amethyst, an ender pearl, and 3 obsidian. So it's not incredibly hard to make. Geodes aren't the easiest to find, but they're not rare. So you place your table down, and you open it, you put in your fuel up in this top slot here. You get 3 uses. Keep that in mind. And I have not leveled up, so my netherite axe gives me debuffs. But let's say I want this netherite axe to look like a gold ingot. So now, my netherite axe forever and will now forever look like a gold ingot. And it is super fun. I actually did it on the leather helmet I'm wearing to give myself a unicorn horn. In case you were wondering, that's how I did it. I would highly recommend this mod. It's really fun to mess around with your friends. On to the next mod. So the next mod here is Traveler's Backpack. This mod has been near and dear to my heart for so many years. And they just added a tier system. Well, I don't know. I've played old versions. So they have different tiers here. They have the first tier, which has 15 slots, a crafting table, and some fluid storage. It's not great. The next one, a little more storage. Next one, a little more storage. The next one, a little more storage. And the netherite tier is what the backpacks used to be before they added the tiering system. Now, the backpacks are great, but that's not the reason. That's not like the main reason I get this mod. I get it because if I hold shift over these, you can see some of them have special abilities. Now, the bat backpack you can find in mine shafts really frequently. So if you put this on your back, super nice. Crap. I need to keybind my backpack key really quick. Oh boy. It's overridden. I completely spaced doing that. So let's just change it to N. Nope, N's taken, B's taken. It's M now. So you can open up your backpack with your key, and then you can turn on the ability, and the bat backpack gives you night vision. That's what it does. And then wither gives you immunity to wither, immunity, and it's so on and so forth. They're really fun to mess around with, and honestly, I really wish they had a gold backpack that had fun stuff like gold particles, but they only have the emerald backpack, which gives off emerald particles, which, I mean, being a golden testificate, being all gold, and having a backpack made out of emeralds, I am the bougie one, but at the same time, I wish there was gold. So let's get on to the final mod that I think would be fun to have in your survival worlds. Next mod on the list is Simple Discord RPC. Now this mod is not going to change your worlds at all. It just shows people on Discord like which biome you're in, how many people you're playing with, how many mods you have. Super simple, just fun little Discord thing to have in your status. And here's some screenshots of it on my profile while I'm in this world doing a recording. And that's all it does. It's really fun. It's configurable, so if you want to go screw around with it, you can. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I'm glad you made it to the end. If you'd like to see any mods specifically, including ones that you've made, I'll test them out and I'll put them in one of these videos if you really want me to. And thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to let me know you like the video. See you guys in the next time. Goodbye.